In this video, I'm going to be going over what is a loop device. Test, test. Okay. A loop device is a block device. So this is one of those things where if you look it up, you get 12 different definitions. And yeah, I got many different definitions, and as to why loop devices exist, I've got many different answers. So it's not one of those things in Linux where I was able to get a definitive answer. I'm sure someone out there has a definitive, clear answer, but I'm just gonna give you all the answers that I've collected. A loop device is a block device that maps its data blocks not to a physical device such as a hard disk or optical disk drive, but to the blocks of a regular file in a file system to another block device. A loop device is a virtual or pseudo device which enables a regular file to be accessed as a block device. A loop device is a pseudo device that acts as a block device. A loop device is a regular file or device that is mounted as a file system. A loop device is a device driver that allows you to mount a file that acts like a block device. A loop device enables binding a regular file to a special block device, thereby creating a virtual file system. A loop device essentially allows you to mount regular files as file systems. A loop device is a device driver that allows you to mount a file that acts as a block device. A loop device is not actually a device type, it's an ordinary file. A loop device is a file appear as its own block device. A loop device is a file that has been mounted as a device. A loop device is a loop device in Unix operating systems such as Linux or BSD is a pseudo device that allows a computer file to be accessed as if it were a block device. Essentially, the operating system kernel treats the contents of the file as if they were blocks on a device. This concept is particularly useful for scenarios like mounting ISO images or working with virtual file systems. A loop device is a pseudo device that makes a computer file a block device. This block device maps its data blocks not to a physical device such as a hard disk or optical disk drive, but to blocks of a regular file in the Linux file system. So what in the world does that garbage mean? I have no idea, right? But this is what I think it means. A loop device is an operating system treating a file as if it were a block device. A loop device maps a normal file onto a virtual block device. This allows for the file to be used as a virtual file system inside another file. With Linux, it is possible to make another file system inside of a single file. Okay. Why were block devices made? Loop devices are used to provide a block device for a file system image stored in a file, so it can be mounted with the mount 8 command. Loop devices facilitate a bunch of files to be packed together for access by the operating system. Loop devices are a kind of virtual device that expose some functionality you wouldn't otherwise have that doesn't necessarily rely on a real device. Loop devices can facilitate the installation of an operating system over a file system, eliminating the need for drive repartitioning. Loop devices provide a convenient method of configuring system images post-mounting. Loop devices, they offer substantial data segregation. Loop devices enable sandbox applications to include all required dependencies. Loop devices allow advanced developers to leverage isolated file systems to uniquely enhance the capabilities of an application. Loop devices are very useful for tools for dealing with disk images. Loop devices allow you to tell the OS to handle that file as a disk instead of doing it yourself. So if that means anything to you, more power to you. I'm still fuzzy on what exactly. I guess I understand what a loop device is. I'm just not understanding why we use it. So, but there you go. If you want to put it in the comments and educate me, please do it.